Hey everybody, CVH here. It's too late for a stream today. If you guys are following my Twitch, I just posted that, but I didn't want to leave you all without a YouTube video. So even though I'm like pretty tired and I've been doing some furniture moving all day and don't have too much time to stream tonight, I did want to showcase, I guess, a test game with a deck that I don't know why I backed out of just now, but this is the deck list I'll be playing on the ladder. I've been testing it recently. You can control Spellsword. Maybe I'll go back and do a deck tech this deck if it continues to perform well and I keep testing it, but just for the purposes of this video, this is what I'll be playing, so you guys have an idea of the list. And the bottom half right there, nothing too surprising. So, without further ado, I'll just queue up a game on the ladder and go through my plays, etc. This might actually be a better format for these videos, now that I'm thinking about it. Usually when I'm streaming, I'm focused more on the chat, and like, still focused on my plays, but I don't really talk about everything quite in depth, and since I'm doing this for the video, maybe now and then I'll just go through a game like this by itself and talk through everything for the purposes of the video. Anything that I would normally think about when I'm, you know, solo queuing. Up against Nibbler. So up against Assassin, which should be pretty favored for us as long as we can draw some early game, and we did in fact draw some early game. He kept 2 cards, which is a lot. Definitely indicates that he'll have a turn 2 plays, so Kvatch is even more important. Tribune's going to probably be important later if it's like the popular action assassin that burns people out. So I was tempted to keep one, but I think I'm more hungry for other 2s or removal, or like this is Crushing Blows, so it's fine. 4 drops. We have a lot of good 4 drops as you saw, so that's fine. Don't really want to waste the elixir too early in this matchup, and playing Kvatch in a lane is fine, but he could just play the Daring Cutburst in another lane, and then we'd be forced to elixir yet again and play Crushing Blow. Which is a lot of elixiring. So Crystal Towercraft is interesting. Obviously Kvatch Answers is fine on board. What's important is that he only has... Alright, so he has one other card that he kept in his mulligan. Could be Shadow Shift if he kept the Tower Crafter with it. He wouldn't have kept a Lightning Bolt, but he probably doesn't... I mean, he could have a Crushing Blow. He could have kept Tower Crafter, Crushing Blow. That would be bad, but it would still let us Crushing Blow his Tower Crafter, and that would be a fine thing to do on curve. Would be trading card for card, which is what we want to be doing. The downside, I guess, is if he has 2 actions, he would need a pretty spectacular hand for 3 Magicka for that to be a thing. So let's just do this. Assuming we're gonna get alright, he's probably gonna Shadow Shift? Oh, he's not. Okay.
There's more to come.
A little bit annoying, but it guarantees we can Crushing Blow the 3-1 next turn, unless he plays 3 actions, which is just insane, so we'll just simply Crushing Blow the 3-3, it's better than 3-1. Pass on back. Night Shadow is also going to be maybe important later in the game. We're doing pretty good at staving off some early pressure, so hopefully Night Shadow can just sort of seal the deal later. Elusive Schemer is good for him, obviously one of the best turn 4 plays with the deck. The 3-1 is still the bigger threat than the 4-1. We've retained all of our elixir so far too, so let's just go ahead and get rid of that before it gets too big to deal with. Even though we do have the Javelin now for another threat.
Gotcha.
We're not very likely to get Prophecies in this deck, as you guys probably saw from the list. You could build it slightly differently and have a better shot at it. Skulk is scary. Double Skulk is still scary. It didn't get less scary. Dragontail Savior is actually a pretty solid draw here. Lesser Ward is probably the one... 2 are the 1/0 cost action he's playing. 1/0 cost card. I think I'm on a Savior in the right. I'm thinking about Hive Defender in the left, actually. I want a Savior in the right. What happens if I reverse that? He attacks me with the 2/2, gets a Lesser Ward, trades that in, wards that up. So he has a 4-1 against nothing in this lane, and I can favorably trade with the Savior into that, barring whatever else he has in hand. I think I'm going to do it the other way, though. Does that make sense? I could play them both in the right. Tricky, tricky.
bigger the odds, the sweeter the victory.
Against a lot of other decks, I would probably have reversed it, but I want to try to eat this entire 6 damage here. Because this deck's going to be very good at bursting me down with actions. So we assume he has a Lesser Word. If he has a Cruel Fire Bloom, it could work out very well for us. He could have also traded in Schemer first, actually, with the way we played it, and then got potentially a 25% chance at least for the 0-cost Schemer with the Goblin Skulk. Wanted the action more, or is planning to do something else to bypass trading both things in. Maybe we'll see. Looking like a Night Shadow turn, though. If he just passed here, that'd be great. Somehow I doubt it.
Shall we begin?
He's probably gonna play the Lesser Word and do the double trade, yeah. So that board is threatening to say the least. We have 11 damage staring us down. And not a whole lot of ways to interact with it. We could Jav, but we can't play anything with the Jav, and it removes only a fraction of the power. We can definitely attack there and play Night Shadow in the right, and I think that's about all we can really warrant here.
I am a child of darkness.
Yeah, these schemers are problematic for this deck. We don't really have efficient answers. Even in Control Mage, you can at least like firebolt them. Slaughterfish spawning.
Gotcha.
A javelin would be most appreciated. Whoa. Just playing Curse in this deck.
There's more to come.
Marok is not quite realistic right here. So it looks like we have to Jav. Heal, Is there any good way to do this? I mean, we heal for 6 up to 14. I don't think we're dead on board, but we're incredibly close. I think we just have to do that so we can Jav the 5/5. Got a Prophecy. I think that seals the deal no matter what it is. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we are dead on board now. Now we could play East March. I'll just play the thing that's slightly bigger and trades a little bit more effectively. East March may be more correct there, but we are still dead on board regardless. Unless we get the 3rd Jav.
It has been my honor.
Mine too. Mine too, Nibbler. We played before. Welp. That's sometimes what happens when Action Assassin gets a good early curve and burns you out. We didn't really have a bad hand. 2 elusive schemers just gave him too much card advantage, and you know that puts 4 attack on the board that you have to deal with immediately, or you will just be taking that for the rest of the game. And this deck, as good as it is at healing sometimes when you already have a board and get a Tribune, not particularly great at dealing with elusive schemer when it's trying to push damage. So hope you all enjoyed the video. This is the highlight for tonight. I'll be back streaming and doing more videos, maybe deck techs and stuff again starting tomorrow. Just been really busy recently, so feel free to like, comment, subscribe, etc. And I'll see you next time, guys.